Hello, I'm the Necro Critic. You know what pisses me off? Bad movies. However, since that's too broad a subject, I'll talk about one in particular. Van Helsing. After Universal Studios' blockbuster film The Mummy made it big, they decided to reimagine all of their other classic monsters. However, instead of loose remakes of Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman, they ripped off the concept of an Abbott and Costello movie and tossed Hugh Jackman in the middle of it. So without further ado, let's get started. We start off in, Transylvania, 1887, with Frankenstein's castle being attacked by an angry mob the very second he makes his monster. Wondering how he can avoid the angry mob, who shows up to save the day? Why, none other than... Success! Dracula, of course! Frankenstein tries to escape, but Dracula teleports above him to say that's useless. He wants to take his monster, but Dracula teleports behind him, saying that he wants him.
What are you saying?
Why do you think I brought you here?
All right, I get it. You can teleport. Now, stop it! So it turns out that Dracula gave Dr. Frankenstein his lab so he can make his monster for some diabolical scheme that's too evil to mention right now.
Good God. I would kill myself before helping in such a task.
Feel free, I don't actually need you anymore, Victor.
Ouch. Now who could be so mean to the poor guy?
I could.
Okay, well...
Igor! Help me!
Yes! Igor! Surely he'll help his master in need!
You have been so kind to me, Doctor. Caring, thoughtful, but he pays me.
Well, Frankie, it looks like you're screwed. But then his monster breaks out to save him. But how could he possibly stop Dracula? Damn! Unfortunately, a furnace wasn't enough to kill Dracula. By the way, get used to this footage. This movie has a lot of people catching fire in it. In fact, if you'll forgive me for ripping off another reviewer for a minute. So the monster tries to hide in a conveniently placed windmill. The villagers decide to throw their torches at it. However, one of the torches hits a conveniently placed box of absinthe. For those of you who don't know, absinthe is a kind of alcohol. One that's apparently flammable enough to make a windmill explode. Only alive for 5 minutes and he's already saying his first words? My little sin against nature is growing up so fast! As the villagers are scared off by 4 bat-shaped puffs of smoke, the windmill finally gives in, to the dismay of Dracula and his 3 overacting brides? Sure, why not? 1 year later, we finally meet our hero, Van Helsing, as he's hunting down the nefarious Mr. Hyde, who is wanted for
murder of 12 men, 6 women, 4 children, 3 goats,
and a partridge in a pear tree. So he gives Mr. Hyde the option of life or death. Now, since Mr. Hyde is such a civilized monster, I'm sure that he would rather live a better, crime-free life than get killed by... or not. In short, he kills Mr. Hyde. In long, he cuts his arm off, impales him with a grappling hook, throws him through a church window, and lets him fall to his death. Accidentally, of course. After that, we find out that Van Helsing is a monster slayer for a Catholic secret society hidden beneath the Vatican. I knew it! Those damn dirty Catholics! I knew they were up to something! We also find out that he's a wanted man all over Europe because every time he kills a monster, well, this happens. We also find out that he was found half dead on the church's steps with amnesia. Okay, movie, any more backstory on this guy you want to throw at us in the next second? No? Okay then. So he sends him to Romania to fight...
Count Dracula.
Dracula.
Dude, he just got back from killing Mr. Hyde. Can't you cut the poor guy a break? So apparently 450 years ago, some guy promised that his entire family would not enter heaven until Dracula was dead. Obviously, he failed, and since they're running out of relatives to throw at the guy, they decide to send Van Helsing in to do the job for them, so they can all get into heaven. Okay, since when did the Catholics care whether or not somebody went to heaven? Oh, come on, you were thinking it too! Now we meet Carl. No, not that Carl. This one's far more annoying.
You killed him, didn't you? That's why they get so annoyed. When they ask you to bring someone back, they don't mean as a corpse.
Ha! Carl gives him a variety of vampire hunting crap, including nitroglycerin, a machine gun crossbow, and a light grenade.
That's why you're coming with me.
Oh god, no! Please, don't tell me he's in the rest of this movie. One scene is bad enough.
Oh, the hell be damned I am.
You curse. You're a monk. You shouldn't curse at all.
Actually, I'm still just a friar. I can curse all I want. Damn it.
Ha! Now we cut back to Transylvania, where villagers are now fighting a werewolf who is working for Dracula. Makes sense to me! The guy baiting him is in trouble, so who tries to save him but his sister, Anna? Wasn't that woman in another movie that involved vampires and werewolves? The werewolf chases her down, but the other guy kills it and gets thrown in a river. Meanwhile, Van Helsing and his annoying sidekick are going to Transylvania. He finally gets there with a very unwelcome greeting. But all of a sudden, vampires come out of nowhere and attack. So Van Helsing whips out his machine gun crossbow and starts gunning them down. At least, he would if his aim didn't suck so much.
No, it's not working!
Because you're not hitting them! Meanwhile, Anna tries to hide, but one of the vampires is in there too. She tries to escape, but... Oh, of course, they can teleport too. Stop teleporting, damn it! Meanwhile, Van Helsing's getting his ass kicked until he conveniently finds holy water, dips his crossbow in it, and kills one of the vampires. Afterwards, the other two wuss out and fly away. I wonder how Dracula feels that they killed one of his whores. That was weird. After an unnecessarily long monologue, he sends his servants away while he gets laid. Gross. Let's see what Van Helsing's up to. Nice. Not happy about the possible date rape, she tries to find Van Helsing. Instead, she finds...
Falcon? Oh my god, you're alive.
Aw, now what could spoil such a touching family moment? That could. Van Helsing shows up just in time for the werewolf to escape.
Why does it smell like wet dog in here?
Ha! So Van Helsing sets out to find the werewolf. Instead, he finds a creepy gravedigger who tries to kill him for no reason. Dude! That was awesome! I've got to see that one again! Congratulations, Gravedigger. You've just been pwn stamped. After that bit of ironic awesomeness, the werewolf escapes again. So Van Helsing heads off to Castle Frankenstein.
Dwergi. Dracula's servants.
Ah, yes. Apparently, Dracula has an army of Jawas. Except they're called Dwergers.
Industrious but extremely vicious. If you get the chance to kill one, do it, because they'll do worse to you.
What? Them? I could never believe it. They're so tiny and cute and harmless and... Oh God!